What's going on, guys? It's Perna here, and on today's video we're going to go through the top 5 mistakes I see people making on chest day. So by the end of this video you'll know what to do and also what not to do when it comes to growing your chest. Let's get into it. Okay, so thank you, Izzy, for demonstrating what a horrible spot looks like. That was, I'm sorry I put you through that as well.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, I got too close.
No? Keep your distance. So I'm going to show you guys pretty much what a bad spot looks like. This is one of the biggest things I see in the gym. So it doesn't look as bad as what we did over on the bench press. That guy actually thought I was struggling as well, blessed. But still, a bad spot is pretty much taking way too much of that load there. So we're gonna demonstrate what the most common bad spot I see on like any exercise is, and then what a better spot would look like. So this is a bad spot that most people do. She's just taking weight the whole way through. She's looking at herself in the mirror, not even worried about me. And pretty much, it never lets me actually have a chance to train, work my chest properly. The momentum is just all the time. They're pretty much watching themselves in the mirror. What you want a spotter for is just to take off that last little bit in the end. You shouldn't need a spot to get the weight up. If you do, it's too heavy. Just that last little bit at the end when you really need it, just to get those extra couple. So if you want a spot, the last couple reps should look like this. I'm struggling, helps up, keeps it slow. Doesn't spot on the way down, just gives me enough so I can get up to the top again. That's it, it's slow, it's not fast, no momentum, like that. So if your training partner gives you the bad spots, either just yell at them, tell them to fuck off, or just say, hey look, maybe just give me a little bit at the end, that's all I need. It shouldn't alter your form. Your form should remain the same. The spotter will kind of allow you to keep that form consistent. So that's number one. So this is probably the biggest mistake I see, and that's just ego lifting. Lifting with momentum, and it's difficult because you see people doing this stuff in the gym all the time, so people think that's what you should do. But really, I encourage you, just you guys watching this, to kind of just forget what you see people doing in the gym and just listen to what I'm saying, if this makes any sense. So the way that I bench isn't momentum and trying to accelerate as fast as possible. It's not bouncing out of the bottom or using any momentum of any kind. It's pretty much making the chest work as hard as possible, holding the stretch, resetting, and using the pecs to actually squeeze and get the weight up. So this is the opposite to what the conventional words are of basically go as heavy as you can because that's more tension. The way that I see it is the more tension means the more your pecs have to work, and that's what we're pretty much trying to do. So if you see me at the bottom of the rep, I will pause and I'll squeeze out slowly and get it up like that. I'm not actually bouncing out and trying to use more weight. I'm not ego lifting. So pretty much this is what most people will do. They'll go here, and from here to here they go slow, and then at the bottom they bounce it out. And what happens when you bounce out of the bottom is all of that momentum gets you from here to here, and then all you have to do is get a little squeeze at the top. It's a waste. It looks like this. So instead what I do, go slow, control, pause here, come to a dead stop. Now engage the chest and squeeze up. This way the chest is actually under pressure the whole time. Pause, squeeze. Pretty much what that's doing, putting that break of momentum in there is actually putting more work on the chest. So you will have to go lighter. You can't go as heavy, but in doing so, you'll get more out of less. Why do you want to do that? Better for your joints, better for long-term sustainability in the gym. You'll get less injuries, and also you'll work more chest fibers. So definitely, if you can take anything from this video, it is this point of don't ego lift. Guys, if you want to learn the best form, the correct form, and the way that I actually do things, a little bit differently to what the textbook form is, just hit the link below, check out my online coaching. I have video libraries of explaining exactly how to do an exercise. You guys can see exactly what you need to know, and I also offer personalized diets in there too. So that's the plug done, hit the link below. Now moving on to the next mistake. next mistake I see people make is pretty much doing pointless exercises. Chest is a very simple muscle to train. You literally need a couple of presses, a fly, done. You don't need anything crazy. I see a lot of people doing this, and I actually used to do this as well. Random pointless exercises like grabbing a dumbbell or a plate and doing like this because they get a bit of a squeeze. Really, it's pretty much just doing front delts with a bit of a chest squeeze. Plus the weight's only 10 kilos. So another one, horrible exercise for chest. People will feel it because they'll feel that chest contraction here, but really what's holding the weight here is my shoulders. So we don't want to do that. Now, even if you were to do that lying down on a bench press, it's still only 10 kilos. You can't really get that much force from your pecs from 10 kilos. You're better off learning how to press properly and using heavy dumbbells to do the press with good form. So if you want to do kind of like more of a pump-based activation exercise, do a cable fly. Like look at this, for example. On here, even if you want to do the same movement and actually squeeze this way, the direction of force is going this way. It's not a dumbbell which is pointing straight down. So even that, you'll get more out of this than you will by doing a free weight. So I personally don't really even do free weight dumbbells when it comes to like flies or incline flies or anything like that. Cables are more advantageous. You'll feel it more in your chest, less in the shoulders. So when I was younger, I used to think intensity in the gym meant no rest. It meant supersets, drop sets, trisets, everything, because it kind of makes you sweat and makes your heart rate go up and you feel like that's intense. But really, the more I kind of trained and more I learned, I realized that actually wasn't what intensity was. Intensity, as far as muscle growth is concerned, is pretty much how hard you can get that muscle to work, how many fibers you can basically get producing as much force as possible. So if you look at like intensity on just doing cable flies a million miles an hour, just doing like 30 and then feeling gas and then going yeah, you'll get a pump, right? But a pump doesn't really mean shit in the scheme of things. It's just blood flow. Anyone can get a pump. Intensity means making that one set as hard as possible. So instead of me doing no rest, 20 reps of shit cable flies really quickly, it's better off me actually making one set every single rep as hard as possible. So my most intense sets look like this. It's slow, it's controlled, it's hard. I'm getting my pecs to work as hard as possible. That's what intensity means. If you then take a couple of minutes rest, you can hit that next set harder. If you take 20 seconds rest, 30 seconds rest, yeah, you'll be sweating, but you'll be so fatigued, you won't be recovered for your set, your training will just kind of get worse. So it'll feel like you're training more intense because you're sweating, your heart rate's up, but actually you're contributing a lot less to what you could be if you rested a little bit more. Now, probably another one of the biggest ones I see is people turning chest day into shoulder day and also tricep day. So this just comes from not really knowing how to take those muscles out of it a little bit. You don't want to overdo with shoulders because it's going to lead to imbalances in your body. And also, it's just not what we're here for. We're here to train chest, don't train shoulders. The biggest one I see from this is pretty much just a rounding of the shoulders. The shoulders come forward like this, and people do whatever they can to just get that weight up. It'll be like this. They'll start here and they'll go, like that. That's a front delt press pretty much. Easiest fix for this, just keep the shoulders pinned back. Kind of wedge yourself in there, pin them back, squeeze with the shoulders pinned back, like that. I feel that not at all in my shoulders, all in the chest. And again, another one you can do is just don't squeeze all the way out. Just keep it on the chest the whole time. As soon as you guys feel the weight come off, the tension come off the chest, just reassess what you did there. Maybe shorten the range. Don't be afraid to shorten the range there. The worst thing you can do is just get the weight up no matter what. As soon as you start getting it up no matter what, you'll use everything. Slow it down, focus on what you're trying to train. Chest, pin those shoulders back, keep it on, keep it in that active range where it doesn't come off the chest the whole time. It should be very painful. So guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. 5 very easy tips you guys can do today to make your chest workouts better. Maybe try one, try a couple in your next workout. You don't have to do them all. Practice makes perfect. If you did enjoy this, comment below. What can you comment? Comment anything below, and see you in the next video. You guys know what to do. Stay massive. All these sexy jeans in my section, and slide into your DMs in the PM and the AM. Then I slide into your feelings when you see just what I'm saying.